eat breakfast. If I'm going to work that day, I get myself prepared for work or whatever the case may be, and go on about my day.
Mm. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you do it again.
Now I wake up and do it all over again. Yeah.
Oh man.
I live to see fit.
Man.
Take care of my business.
Hey, I feel you.
Work on my business, do what I need to do, you know.
And this is the cast too.
I told you.
So yeah, you was right. Yeah, I never know his real name, so I thought it was Neo.
So Shy looked it up. What was his name?
Keanu Reeves. I knew that much, but I've never. I guess I've never just been interested in watching.
Yeah, like I said, it's not for everybody, but my routine, depending on what kind of day it is. If it's Monday through Friday, of course I wake up. I try to wake up early, around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and I do go ahead and pray a little bit, you know, throughout the day. Make sure everybody's good. Walk around the house. Make sure nothing happened overnight. Take the dog out. Then get my kids ready. Take them to school. Then I come back and get myself ready. Yeah, so their school is real close, so I got to just walk across the street, drop them off, and keep it pushing.
Oh, well, that's good.
But I do know, I do have a testimony actually. As y'all know, I do a little side hustle sometimes with Instacart, and when I'm driving, in my head, I'm like, something feels off. I don't feel right.
Right.
And the next thing I know, I'm driving, and then somebody, I'm downtown. It was a Caucasian young man, but I'm driving and he hit the back of my window. Oh. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, it's a red light." I said, "First of all, it's not. Yours says stop. I can still turn." Like, no, I'm like, you know what? Wait right there. I pulled the car over. I was getting ready to hop out. He disappeared. I'm like, I said, you know what? I said, you know what? You right. All right. My bad, God. Let me pray real quick. And I went ahead and prayed. And then I had a smooth day for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's good.
And in my head, that was God telling me, "Hey, you forgot to talk to me today." So I will never forget to do that again, because otherwise he would have been 6 feet under. He would have got it. So, boom. But still, if I see him outside, no, I'm playing. But no, yeah, that's my routine. That's, you know, what I do. I wake up hustling and go to sleep hustling.
True. Okay, so how did you control like your emotions? And then like I had to learn that before too, because it was like this one time where I was getting off the expressway, and as I'm getting off the expressway, a car come, and as I'm trying to get off, like they like blocking me from getting off. So I end up having to get off at the next exit, and I was hooping and hollering like, "Oh, stupid my son of a gun." And then I had to realize, like, after like I was hooping and hollering, was that like, okay, calm your nerves down. Maybe it was a reason why you didn't get off at that exit. Like, you sitting up here, you being mad, and they don't even know you mad. Like, they gone on about their day. So what is you still letting that get to you?
And to piggyback on what you say, my pet peeve is when you driving and nothing is behind you driving. Nothing is behind you. Not a car, not a nobody.
Clear lane.
It's clear. But somebody come in front of you and I don't care about you coming in front. But if you're going to come in front, please drive.
Don't slam your brakes.
Don't slam your brakes. Don't get on and drive. You're going to come on and you're going to drive slow. That's what I be like, Lord, I have to bite my tongue.
Man, I have bit my lip off so many times. I'm like,
that is so irritating to me.
Yes, and Primo Fontaine said, "Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, beautiful melanated people. Oh, wait. Good morning, melanated people of the earth. Peace, love, and light to you all. Keep up the great work. Really digging the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. And
Primo, let us know what is and everybody." Look, you see the melanated. You see the melanated. I'm like, wait, which one am I? It's probably gonna be wrong. But let me know. Let us know. Like, what is y'all pet peeve? Fives Wise says, how do you all maneuver about that feeling of when somebody does something to you, and like they could have waited, or like it just causes you to have to maneuver different. Like, how do you not allow it to get to you when you bring yourself back to where you are able to bring yourself back to your common space? So, and then go back to you, Shy. Like, okay, so you found your peace and then you got the knowledge in the end, but going through it, like, how did you calm yourself back down?
He ran away, so that kind of helped out. I am glad that he did go, because I do know, I don't know what it is, but if you just put your hands on my stuff and you like slamming it, like I heard boom, I thought somebody hit me.
Yeah,
but I turned around, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, y'all know you didn't just.
So
touch
he
my
was
car.
on a bike?
No, he was walking. And you know how some is like, okay, no turn on red.
Yeah.
But some say, hey, just yield to pedestrians. He's standing there for at least 5 to 10 minutes. The light is red. I don't see no traffic coming. I said, let me go ahead and just make this turn before he makes his little walk. As soon as I did that, he want to step out. Doom. So now at that, I am glad that he did walk away and he didn't stop and try to figure anything out. But that's how I cope with it. But as far as what you was talking about, is somebody cut you off, I learned that a while ago. Don't be mad at that, because the last time I was mad about that, there was a shooting right at my exit. Yeah, it was a whole drive-by shooting. So even when I missed my exit, I'm like, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. I'm just going to go ahead and do this little U-turn or go on the next one and find my way. I'm not in a rush for nobody no more.
Yeah.
So the last one can also save your life.
It definitely could have, but it do suck though when you got to go extra 3 miles
and
just
gas be like $20
like,
a
oh
gallon.
My God, that's an extra 6 miles.
We gotta figure this thing out.
Okay, so Primo said, sitting at a red light and just as it turns green, you barely got your foot off the accelerator.
And somebody blow
a-hole to honk his horn at you. Good Lord. I want to hit him in the head with a brick. And then he said, when you sit at a red light and just before it turns green, the dude behind you leans on the horn like you holding up the line. I promise you, I stop my car and make him go around every time. Oh,
I just put on my brake, or I'll just take off slow. When they do that, I just take off real slow. Like, why are you blowing your horn? It just turned, the light just turned green. What are you in a hurry for? Are you kidding me?
Now, I would give a person like a 2. Let me see, because you do gotta take your. Let me see. You count about a good 5 seconds, girl. Like good 5 seconds before that horn get the boom. Go,
man.
I am a horn hunker. But I be like, but it be times where like I know I get distracted in my phone and then I look up and like the car that was in front of me like way gone past the light or something like that, and I'll be like, why ain't nobody blow at me? Like get my attention. So I bet Primo, look, I'm gonna speak for the horn hunkers.
Hey, for real, I be doing the same thing though. Sometimes, I mean, it's one thing if you're looking down at your phone and then they honk one time, boom, then you'll go, and then the next light, if you do it again, then I'm finna honk at you and hold it. Because at this point, you already know what you're doing. Just keep your head up for a little while longer just to see if that light gonna change or not.
But see, like what I've learned, like I just go around them. Like you got one light for me to have to look at. That next light, I am going around because I am not your pay attention light. Your light pay attention, whatever you want to call it. But no, like I would go around. So
and as far as that goes, I do feel them on that. But if give me at least 3 to 4 Mississippis. If not, if it's like 1 Mississippi, I'm gonna put it in park. I'm gonna look at you too.
Correct.
Like, so what's up?
Give me time to get my foot off my foot on the accelerator.
Or something off the brake at least.
Man, they be tripping.
I be feeling bad sometimes because one time I seen this one lady. She was about 70, 80 years old. She's like, well, I'm trying to. I'm like, I said, it's okay. Just take your time. Guys behind me, they over here just going at it. Wow. So I'm sitting there looking. What are you doing? I said, you see her in front of me, right? For one. For two, that's somebody's grandma. And he'd be like, oh, my bad. So I guess it's a thing to where it's an age limit. If you're let alone our age or whatever, oh no. Put your pedal to the metal. Let's go. If you're older, like, what's old at this point? Because 70 is not even old no more.
It's not.
Like,
it's when you should not be
considered...
driving.
Well, my grandfather, he was like 85, 86 years old, and he was still moving it. And my other one was like 90.
Okay. That's okay. We could take those. It's the ones where you know you should not. You 10 and 2. You doing 20 miles per hour
on the highway, huh?
And don't even talk about the expressway. Don't even talk about the expressway, because why are you on the expressway? Why? Just take the street. You see how fast these cars going. Why you on? And then you got the nerve to be in the fast lane.
Man, all the way to the left. I'm like, Grandma, no. She's like, I'm trying to get to my destination. I'll be feeling so bad for Grandma.
Okay, well, Grandma,
I'll be cracking back.
You be safe, Brandy. I'm going around you, okay?
Hey, that's the one thing I be saving them, though. Because I realized when my grandparents, when they be driving, I had two sets of them. The first set, they just be flying down the road. Second one, that take a little bit more, they do with the speed limit, I'll say that. So I got a little bit more comfortable with older people driving, and I have a lot more patience. But for these young cats, oh no, it's one thing. It's already bad enough that y'all stop at stoplights, at red lights or stop signs. That's a whole nother ball game. But at least take y'all times with the older people. They've been on this world a lot longer than us. They don't have no rush to go nowhere. But do not go in the fast lane. That's my only remark. Stay in the slow lane.
Another one out here. You know how you going, you driving. Okay, say like you driving down the street.
Mm-hmm.
They act like they're getting the turning lane and then going to cut you off.
Man.
And then give you the finger.
Right. What's
when they done did
you
something
ain't
wrong.
seen me. Like, well, I'm sorry. Like, it happens. Have a good day.
Man.
I don't know.
You just have to be prayed up behind that wheel. You got to drive for yourself and everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, stay prayed up and peace be still.
Man.
Keep your peace on you. No, I'm playing. Don't keep your peace on you. I got my pizza still like good morning. You got me started early in the morning.
True. So that brings us to pill of lies versus the pill of truth.
Now these pills.
The pill of lies or the pill of truth?
Which one do you do?
The pill of lies or the which one would I choose?
Which one do you
look? Do you stop? How long do you stop at the stop sign? What is the proper amount of time to stop at the stop sign?
I mean, when the car jerks back. That's not in my okay. Well, no, that's bad.
You don't come to a complete stop.
No, I'll be California cruising.
Oh,
depending on where I'm at. If it's a school across the street, then I do stop. And I see the kids going, I do stop. But if I'm just driving down the block and ain't nobody around, nobody's flying down, I'll be cruising a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, from California. I'll be cruising. So, that does happen. But yeah, I feel if you jerk back, you'll be okay. Or at least 2 Mississippis.
Lean back with it.
Yeah, just lean back and then keep going.
You know what I used to be really guilty of is, and then I had to stop myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I even became calm with the police. And like, that's one thing that I really want to stress with us too, because our kids are growing up, how we was just talking about it last week, how they are afraid of the police. And even when my baby was like 3 years old, like he was really afraid, and I had to teach them. And I even, like, for me, like, even though I could be fully legit, I was like, get a little nervous for a second, but then I had to retrain my brain. And that's why we're talking about slavery of the mind. And it was, at first, I ain't gonna lie, I tapped the mess out of stop sign. Not to say I won't, because I didn't say, well, let me be in a rush. You know, but don't make a complete stop.
Right.
All wheels stop. That's when you're in a complete stop. But like, and I had to, because you know how the police get behind you, and all of a sudden you know how to make that complete stop. So I had to learn to start just making a complete stop as if the police was behind me, as opposed to me. Now I want to do it, and now I'm nervous and I'm quick to get jittery. And how I even stopped looking at the police as a threat. I look at them like they my security now. So if they riding on the side of me, they riding on behind me. Oh, that's my security. God providing security for me because police is discipline. Speaking of life symbolically, like everything is symbolic. This table is symbolic. Radio is symbolic. Think about it, it's a theater of the mind. So you creating a vision with the mind. TV is symbolic. Like everything is symbolic. So it's like how you interpret it is like how you control your world, your universe. Because think about it, like we are made of a whole bunch of cells. You know what I'm saying? So each cell have its own job within us. So when our interpreters interpret the response that's being painted before us, which is like, not to say that they not killing us, that they not doing what they doing, but you also got something that's good out there who actually will, they see you hurt, they attempt to stop the bleeding as opposed to standing there looking at you bleed out. You do have some that will actually speak up. It's not many of them, but there are some there. So, you know, we're going to acknowledge the fact that there is some there, and that's how we continue to grow and pick out them weeds. Because think about it, how the grass is growing. So with the grass growing, what you got growing with that grass? What's growing with the grass? Weeds.
Yeah.
So if you want that beautiful garden, what you gonna do?
You gotta get rid of the weeds.
Get rid of the weeds, yeah.
Exactly. So you're not gonna let the bad weeds outdo your good weed. I mean, outdo your good grass. So that's what I'm saying when I mean by, you know, we're gonna acknowledge that it is some good police out there. And as long as we keep our thoughts on that positive realm where that there is goodness out there, you know, the universe has to respond. The universe has to respond back to us. So, you know, yeah. Look, something to think about.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Yeah, we're removing that slavery of the mind because, you know, we got things to do this year and moving forward.
Yeah,
like
I applaud you. I can't do that part.
Huh?
I can't do that part as far as the police be my security. I still be stopping at stoplights and stop
I'm saying
signs.
you're supposed to do that, but that's what you assigned to do as a driver. You know what I'm saying? That don't have nothing to do with them. Yes, they are there to enforce, but to make us nervous, that ain't cool.
Oh, it's not cool if you're doing wrong. Yeah, but let me say
but
this.
you're doing right.
Right. You do. I mean. Okay,
look, this is the red pill.
The truth. The red pill is the truth.
Yeah.
Right? That's the truth. And the truth shall set you free.
You got it. Y'all got it. Look, going back to what I just said. You're right. I fell into that one. I give y'all that one.
That's two.
Right, that was two of them right there. But no, and you was asking which one will we choose from the pill of truth and the pill of lies?
No, not so much just choose, but you know, we giving our pill of what does your red pill look like? What does your blue pill look like?
Yeah, I would want the truth. Sometimes the truth may hurt.
Yeah,
I would want the truth. Give me the truth.
I feel you on that, but I'm always the difficult one, y'all. Don't judge me. But I would probably choose the pill of lies only because I feel that whatever I don't know can't hurt me. You feel me? So if it's dealing with, you know, the business, if it's dealing with my own health, if it's a bad mentality to have. I will admit that. But I always felt that if I don't ask, don't tell, I never know. If I know better, I have to do better. If I don't know any better, I can stay the exact same way I am right now. Again, it's not a good habit to have. Don't have that habit. But yeah, I'm going towards the truth pill, but I'm content with the lie pill. I'll probably keep the lie pill. So I can stay in the dream world and I ain't got to do too much of nothing. It's a lot easier over here.
I guess.
Yeah, because that definitely brought us to our next one, dream world and real world.
See there? Boom. That's how you do it. I got one.
You did get one. I'm gonna give you that one.
Y'all is hilarious. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And this is, hold on, because we got to find our way around here. We're going to, find our way. No matter what, we're going to make a way. And this is, yep, and it works. This is Boy Floyd will find a way. We got more comments when we come back. Keep it locked right here on Divine Purpose. Living it all light on my radio Chicago.
They said we never make it, but I found a way. No new niggas in my circle tryna ride a wave. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today. Future looking bright, I remember skies were gray. Diamond in the rough, yeah, we gon' shine today. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today. Cost to be a boss, bitch, I paid the price. Ball out with my bros, we just host the life. Who knew we make it this far? Promise I wasn't living right. Pull up, it's a hit. We shoot when it's live. Grinding all winter just to blow it all summer, y'all. Jugging and finesse and run it all. We do numbers, y'all. Married to the money, I can never let it go nowhere. Presidential rollie in my hood, I'm Obama, y'all. They say we never make it, but I found a way. No new niggas in my circle tryna ride a wave. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today. Future looking bright, I remember skies were gray. Diamond in the rough, yeah, we gon' shine today. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today. No, you ain't from my hood. You ain't seen what I seen. Ain't hard to tell you niggas fake. I just clear no Vaseline. One call to get a nigga straight. Got your head like a lining. Go to work, we ain't taking breaks. Crazy diamond shining. No, I ain't dying today. Just trying to find a way. Know that they hate me, but know they can play me. I do that shit. They did it outside with Jay. Sure, they be down to stay. She only going for porn, cause they got all kind of space. I kick her out when it's 4 in the morning. Now she gotta find a way. Shout out to them bitches, never had me on they D-list. Shout out to my haters, know y'all thought I wouldn't be shit. Broke in the beginning, baby, that was just a prefix. Now that she's on top of dope pockets on deep dish. They said we never make it, but I found a way. No new niggas in my circle tryna ride a wave. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today. Future looking bright, I remember skies were gray. Diamond in the rough, yeah, we gon' shine today. Every second count, I got no time to waste. Hustle till I'm dead, but I ain't dying today.
Can you hear me? Okay. I was loud. Hey, so good morning to you all. First of all, thank you for having us here in the church. This really means a lot. And so this particular song that I made, me and Gerald, I'm not a gospel artist, but God is in my heart at all times. And I just woke up and wanted to praise God. And I called the Lord for the day, His mercy and grace. It's your name I praise. Praise the Lord for the day, His mercy and grace. It's your name I praise. Even at my lowest point, I know you was gonna anoint me. The game winner, 0.3. You know when the time is right, and you lay me down at night. I know if I ever did wrong that you would make it right. Thankful for your will and grace, humbled in your warm embrace. Every time they tried to tear me down, that smile was on my face. My life is a testament, I knew I was heaven sent. Ever since I'm covered by the blood, I'm in my element. Lived that life of decadence, made me feel irrelevant.
Gave my life into my Lord and Savior, I've been better since. They say I'm a better man, I'm hoping you understand. Everything can change with the Lord, I'll give you my hand. Went from sinner to a saint, never had to contemplate how I made it up until this point, let me reiterate. They say I'm a better man, I'm hoping you understand. Everything can change with the Lord, I'll give you my hand.
Praise the Lord for the day, His mercy and grace. It's your name I praise. Praise the Lord. I pray for the day, for the His mercy and grace. His mercy, it's your name I praise.
I wanna thank God up above, cause Father, you know I'm a sinner. For the things that you do, I ain't worthy. Promise you make me a winner. You give me purpose, I knew it was worth it, and that's why I stay rocking with you. Said you never desert me, even though they hurt me, I was feeling dirty, remember? Lord, you love me, ain't no doubt about it. Got in trouble and couldn't get about it, but I knew who to call, never let me fall. Type of love I can't do without it. Listen up, yo, my God, about it. Save my soul from the trenches, I'm smiling. I watch them fall around me. Lord, you kept me them days I was wildin'. Admitted my thinking was childish. Had no idea about the things that I know now. When I think about the goodness of your grace and mercy, nothing I can do but just bow down. Weapons formed against me never prosper. Got somebody that's real on my roster. Have no business, something like a mobster. Forever real, no imposter. Body got no Kevin Costner. I wanna praise you for helping out, protecting me when I'm stepping out. When I'm with you, I don't have a doubt. Everything you say is real. Gave me something I can feel, and I'm just happy that you chose me, Lord, if it be your will. Yeah.
Praise the Lord for the day, for the His mercy and grace. His mercy and grace. It's your name I praise. It's your name I praise. Praise the Lord. Praise for the day, for the His mercy and grace. It's your name I praise. Yeah. Oh God, I don't know what else to do. Ever since you came in my life, I ain't got no friends when they turn their back on me. No, 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 no. Oh, nobody but you, Lord.
Reaching for the light. The grave closed off and death has been denied. I'm declaring today that I'm living the way you designed me when time first began. I am turning away from the sins and mistakes. I'm giving you me totally. I believe that you love I'm redeemed. Oh Lord, I believe that you call me by name. I am free, walking in Lord liberty. Oh, I believe. You promised if I confess my sin, you'd be faithful to forgive me of all of them. I'm declaring today that I'm living the way you designed me when time first began. I am turning away from the sins and mistakes. I'm giving you me totally. I believe you love me. I'm redeemed. Believe that you call me by name. Call me by name. I'm free. Your liberty. I believe.
Can I finish recording now? Turn it up. You heard it. When it comes to fashion, it's one word, one name, one spot. Denims, 4035 West 175th Street in Country Club Hills. Open 7 days a week with the latest styles by Miri, Gallery Department, Babe, Anti-Social Club, Chrome Hearts, and more. Pull up or give them a call at 708-960-4942. That's 708-960-4942. And follow them on all social media platforms. Gone wild.
During tough times and having to stay at home, My Radio Chicago encourages everyone to keep their heads up and continue to work together. It's more than radio. Together we can.
Yes, welcome back. My Radio Chicago Support District Radio Network. You are tuned in to Divine Purpose with your girl D, it's your fave, and we got
Shay from the Shy. Hey.
And yes, your boy, the infamous Shamak.
Yeah.
What's going on?
With the Mac sauce.
Let's put a little bit right there.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Okay, so before the break, we was talking about,
Truth
yeah, basically.
Truth or dare? You want truth or you want dare?
Are you stuck into the dream world or the real world? And how will you know the difference?
What makes in my head, what makes the dream world to the dream world or in reality? The dream world is more so everything going right, everything's going perfect. Every time if I think one thing's a bad idea or it's outside my character, it always works out at the end. And to my head, that's the dream world because nothing can go wrong and nothing can harm me in a sense. Now, reality, or the real world is more so when the bills start popping up and, just everyday expenses just coming in. You be like, go to bed. You thinking, yeah, I got my $1,000 here. And then you wake up the next day, your credit card was billed, rent was due. You got to pay your dues all 9 yards.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. There you go.
I mean, so that's the difference between, the fake world and the reality world. In my eyes, that's why I consider it be real and fake.
Well, I'm gonna have to switch up that question, but so let's see. Red Waters said, "Good morning, Danielle Sanders. Happy Sunday, everyone. Prosperous day, Red Waters. Thank you for tuning in.
Sunday.
Yes, happy Sunday." And David Burns said, "Watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. Good morning. Good morning, David. We appreciate you and your texts from watching us from Texas. And make sure you tune in to My Radio Chicago in Texas as well, because we are located in Texas.
My Radio Houston, right?
Yes, My Radio Houston.
You just said Chicago.
Houston?
You said Chicago.
I thought I said My Radio Texas, actually.
You did say Texas, but it's My Radio Houston.
Yeah, My Radio Houston in Texas. Well, in
Texas.
Texas.
Still in Texas.
Texas was the only thing that was in my mind.
You gotta have it right now.
Look, we working on it. But so I get what you're saying, Shy, too. So y'all already know me and my journey. So my dream world was actually the opposite. My dream world was that I had to do things in order to make sure that things happen. Not to say that I still don't have to do things to make things happen, but it's the things that you do that I found out that in the real world, you really don't have to do it. Like Fives Wise is, ladies, my young girls especially, I want y'all to listen to TTD. Look, right now, TTD.
Come on, TTD.
TTD.
What you got to say, TTD? Tell them what you got to say.
Protect your body. Like, our body is our temples. Like, I know we young and we lit and we turn and we this and we that and it's good and it's soaky and it's whooshy whoosh and swooshy swoosh and creamy creamy and melly melly and all this and all that and that. But baby, once all that you get of age, if you make it to that age, it ain't gonna be of that value if you don't treasure it while you're at this age.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that you can't be teed up and turned and young and turned because you want to enjoy life all the time. Enjoy life. It's all about enjoying life because girls do want to have fun. We do want to have fun, but it's the way you have fun.
Right.
Like our body is our temple. And like my mom, she used to tell you stuff to me like, yeah, don't have kids early because your stomach gonna look like this. And I just thought that my stomach was just the most smoothest stomach and the tightest stomach. I was like, yeah, not mine.
Never.
Oh my God. Now I tell you, you don't know how them kids gonna come out. Man, I got a whole booty now because I had to get the up and down cut. And it's split. And so, but it's still sexy though. But it ain't as sexy as it was. Because when it was just nice and smooth, had I listened to my mama. But at the same time, I am grateful because I do have my children. Yeah. So I love my babies. So don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, listen to TTD when I tell you, respect your body and wait. Hold off. Because not to say that my children's fathers wasn't good fathers. But when you're not with the man, it's a lot difficult versus you being with the man because now while you're not supposed to be lifting up this heavy baby in this car seat and walking up these stairs, when you're not with the man, guess what you're going to have to do? That's if you want something for your life. Now, if you don't want nothing for your life, by all means, have the baby by whomever, go twerk with whomever, go do whomever, and do whomever. But if you want something better with yourself and your life, take the time out, get to know that man. Like, value your body more. Not to say I didn't value my body because things happen. But it's like, it's just it's a difference. And it was a difference that I had to learn. What you think, oh, he do this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm obligated sort of to give him the swat. Or like you feel guilty about not giving them the swat. No, they want to be needed. They want to be needed. Use them, but don't abuse them.
Don't you do it.
Treat them like a man. Make them feel good. And you get everything that you want.
See, this is...
without having to give up. That's why.
Absolutely.
Not to say, like, don't give it up, but be mindful of who you giving it up to.
No, yeah.
Like, protect your soul because that intertwine of the souls is real. And you picking up, he's dropping off his demons inside of you and you wondering why your pH off. You wondering why you feeling some type of way like, dang, I was just super excited. After I laid down with him, now I'm feeling like crap. Why? That intertwine of souls, that exchange, that demon that he dropped off in him and he left it off in you. Sometimes it can formulate into that baby. Sometimes it's just, you got to shake it off. Shake it off. And not to say that the babies are demons, because they're not.
No, I don't know.
They
Some
are
of these kids out here. No, no, I'm just saying. You always got that one kid that always. No, we're not going to do that at all. Isan, y'all should have been here today, man. We had a field day with this one. Well, hey,
you missing a good one, E. Wherever you at, you missing a good one.
Because she said, and she is right to a certain extent, yes. But fella, not all women. Let me start by saying that because somebody's looking at me kind of hard over here. Come on. But women, they have their own kind of demons too. Everybody got their own little demons. But I won't say like, you can make them feel like they're needed. Most guys, we don't want to feel like we need it, but if you want us, we feel more so, okay, let me go ahead and stick around one time for the fun time. Now, if I'm not saying I don't want to be needed because I do, but also I want to be wanted. If you want to be around me,
yes,
okay, absolutely. Cool. I'm going to stick around. If you need me to pay rent every month and we staying in different households, oh no, we ain't doing that at all. Or you need me to, if every time I see you and I'm spending money, I'm not saying it's a price on it. If you with somebody, you care about them. I don't really care about that. Money is money. It's materialistic. But I'm not going to continue to waste my time and invest into something where I don't see it going nowhere or I don't see my pockets going nowhere neither. You feel me? As a man, I'm not saying that it's different from y'all women neither, but as a man, I need to have my own bag. I need to make sure everything's good in my household and in my relationship. So if you fall off, I guess I'm gonna pick you back up. But if I end up falling in love, which is rare, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do the same thing.
Can pick me back up.
But if we can't do that, at this point, there's no point to continue this conversation.
Absolutely.
So be wanted, not needed. That's my advice. Be wanted.
Yep, absolutely.
Listen to your Uncle Shy. Uncle Matt.
Uncle Shy Mac. Max in the house. And that's how I feel, because we of course we're not condoning prostitution. But I'm just saying, how people be like, well, paid twat is better than broke twat.
Big facts.
True.
Big facts.
True. True all day. However, it's a different feeling from feeling a man who wants you versus a man that just want to dump his moments off on you.
Absolutely.
And pay for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, is it a difference? Like, say, for example, let's say you dating a guy and, y'all vibing or whatever. He just go ahead and just release his energy out in you, but he still pays you for your time. Not even saying, hey, here's a couple $100 or whatever, go do whatever. He more so, he'll make sure your household is good. He'll make sure you have some food in that house for your kids and everything. Make sure you straight at the house, at the home front. And then you just, not saying you're obligated to, but you pay your dues. Is that considered prostitution? That's considered an investment in a sense.
No, I'm saying when I say about prostitution is you literally call, and y'all link up, you do what you do, he do what he do, and y'all bounce.
Yeah, that's called it's not called a prostitute though, but it's just like it's a booty call in a sense. It's a secluded booty call.
Secluded booty call.
Yeah, because if he only calls you up at that time of night saying, "Hey, what you doing? I want to see you." First of all,
okay, but what if you have 5 of them in one night?
5 guys in one night? That's a business.
Right.
It's a business, yeah.
Right.
It's not prostitution, though.
It's a business of it.
It's a business. It's not prostitution. Everything's an investment. So if a guy did that...
5 in one night.
Oh my God.
What's the time limit, though? Is it like every hour? Is it like every 2 to 3 hours? Because it's a difference. If you're doing it back to back, like within...
I'm saying you coming... I had literally... Not to tell my my customers' business, but I have picked up some. I ain't gonna even say what platform I was on. I have picked up some passengers. Well, you drop them off at 1, and they'll pay you to hold on and take them to their next location.
Okay. What? Okay. Yeah. No, is this person, was he or she getting paid? Or was
they was getting paid. You ain't just heard me say they will pay me to wait and take them to their next location.
Yeah, but they'll pay you. But who's paying them?
The person that they meet.
Oh yeah, no. Well, okay.
That's prostitution.
That can be 2 different things, though. One can be a slide in. One can be a transaction of narcotics and stuff. It can be.
That ain't
no. I'm
nothing to do with no narcotics.
No,
that ain't got nothing to do with no narcotics. No, she just
so at that point, not to change up the topic, but what's the difference between a prostitution and a streetwalker?
Or a call girl.
Or a call girl. What's the difference between those? Or is there a difference?
Oh, at the end, it all relates to the same thing. You just doing the feeling. That's what I'm relating to it all when it goes back down to it. Because I ain't gonna lie, it to make $200 or $300 in 5 minutes versus 8 hours. Who the heck wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah,
I don't want it.
It's safe. It's safe. I mean,
I don't want it.
Wait, so now putting y'all business out there, but back in the day, y'all never did anything like that?
I plead the 5th. No.
No, I
haven't.
It was good. No,
I haven't had 5 in one day, but yes, I have.
Not 5 in one day, but just,
no.
do work. Work not the corner, but
yes, and that's how I came to the conclusion of in my dream world. Because when you have children and you know that you are the only one, you do certain things. When that light bill is due, that rent, that eviction notice it says, that disconnection notice it says, you want to take your kids out and it says, like the smiles on their faces says, and you doing everything that you can do to make things happen. But you got this opportunity right here that's knocking like, look, baby, let me take you out. Look, I treat you at a good time. And we gonna make it do what it do. And it's like, yeah, okay, that price sound right. Let's go. Yeah. And I'll never see you again.
Well,
you have understanding, yeah.
I don't know.
And then
I wasn't a single mom, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, you had it good, huh? That's what it was. You had it good.
Shoot, single mom, relationship mom.
But she said, "What you mean good?" Like it was still a struggle.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Look, sometimes when that man ain't bringing it in, and that's how like I don't judge no females. You know, like yeah, sometimes yeah, you think because you're in a relationship that you know that man's supposed to be able to cover what you don't cover. Sometimes things happen, and sometimes. You a go getter. You just not finna just let your family just disintegrate. You gonna go and okay. So this man, long as he don't know about it, it's one of the moments where long as he don't find out about it. I wasn't sorry. Oh no! One of the moments you gotta call in. I was trying. I had to make it do what it do for us. Like it was only one time.
Hey,
look, that bill got paid.
Hey,
look, that eviction notice disappeared.
Boom. That's all that matters. Sure. No, I'm not even mad at that though. You gotta survive out here. You make it do what it do.
But see, and then that's why I go back to it and I take it back to my dream world versus reality. That was a dream world that you had to go out and you had to do things that you didn't want to do in order to make things happen. And then my real world came when I did transition over to God. And it's just hold on to that millisecond. Just keep a mustard seed is truly like so small that you can like this is so small. Like you just hold on to that amount of faith and it's gonna pull you through to where you don't have to do what you don't want to do to know that okay, this is covered. That's gonna still disappear. Even if them lights flick on 1 second, guess what? They're gonna flicker back on. As long as you continue to do that work and you stand prayed up and you and it's a difference between just praying and praying and meditating. When you praying, you more so you talking, yeah, you might have some silence. However, when you meditate, you going in with, okay, you want this to manifest and you silence with it. Like you still in the thoughts and not focus up on still in the thoughts because the thoughts still going to come in. However, you're not talking, you more so just listening. You bring yourself into a calm space, a calm peace when you meditate versus praying.
And thank Yahuwah for change.
You say who?
Thank Yahuwah, God for change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I never knew. Well, I knew, but as far as meditating goes, you can just sit in complete silence if you're driving or if you're just in your room, just sitting there. I didn't know it was called meditation, but I be meditating a whole lot because after I do pray, or even if I don't pray, I just be sitting in my room or I'll be sitting in a car just driving around. I have a whole lot of ideas that come to my head and just a lot of thoughts. I'm like, well, what if I did like this? Oh, that work. Oh, that would be. Oh my goodness, I didn't think about that.
Sometimes sitting in silence is the best thing.
It is. You just gotta make sure when you do talk to yourself, that's fine. It all depends on how you answer yourself.
That's
now, if you answer yourself, look, you can talk to yourself all you want to.
I'm calling the people.
Right, you be like oh, why not? No, I won't say that because every once in a while I do hear some people they'll talk to themselves like, you know what, that is right. You got this, yeah.
That's something like that.
Yeah, that's still a little psychotic though, but
I ain't gonna lie, I do.
I know. I was talking about you. I wasn't putting no name to it. That's why I said, well, if you answer yourself, it's not as bad. I said, no. Hey, I ain't put no name to it. She the one that said it. So y'all heard it first. I didn't say no names. I cleaned it up. I got two. The whole time looking at her face on the camera, she like this. She like, I know good and well. I'm crazy in here. Like, I ain't crazy. Are you crazy? Heck no, you're not crazy. But no, so again, I did not say no names, but it all depends on how you answer yourself. If you continue to do it for like 5-10 minutes, then it's a little crazy. Let's keep that in mind. But please go ahead.
Carry on.
Look, carry on.
Geniuses talk to themselves, so keep that in mind.
They don't answer themselves though.
They do.
They answer themselves.
Yes, but it's not so
like
much as you are answering yourself. It's like it goes back into that meditation thing where you hear your spirit responding to you, and that's how you know how to move forward.
How long does this go on for? I mean, like you questioning yourself and talking to yourself.
I do that all day.
Like within like 12 hours.
Within
24 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not crazy.
No.
No. I'm really good at this.
See. Moving my head back and forth.
Like, yes, I do. Shoot. If I don't talk to spirit, then who else? It's like no. Like I went through I haven't, and see, that's the thing, because I haven't always been this way.
So you have to grow into this.
Right. I only been this way. Let me see. I developed into this way. What, 10 years? I've been in this 10 years.
You've been doing this 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Not media. Okay. I'm saying my transition. Yeah. It started 10 years ago.
Okay.
So is that growth period of I didn't want the pill of lies. I had to take the red pill, the pill of truth. And with that being said,
pill of lies can be something else.
Yes, and with that being said, guys, we have our wonderful guest online with us.
BigReddent.
Yes.
God is good. Happy Sunday. I am so mad. And I hope the person that supposed to brought me is watching this live. But you dirty. I was really looking forward to sit down with you guys, and I pray and ask that you guys please accept my apology and reschedule me as soon as possible, because I was excited about this interview, because it would have been something different from what I'm used to in the normal interviews. So I do apologize to everybody for my attendance.
Look, it's all
okay.
good.
It's all good.
Look,
girl, I'm mad. I'm big mad, but it's Sunday. I'm gonna keep the hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
I don't know, Big Red. I'm a little upset right now. I'm looking forward to
I am upset as well. I am so sorry. My car is down right now, and I've been very dependent on others. And I can't complain because I've been actually doing what I have to do, but I was really looking forward to this. Like,
yeah.
You see, I'm sitting up here in my church fit, my church sleeves. You see, I was ready.
Look, we most definitely appreciate you. This most definitely has been a long time in coming. Like, man.
And I have so much to talk about. So yes, I was like, oh my God. But yeah, we'll get past it.
Look, most definitely will, because look, y'all, I'm over here in my inbox. I'm like, okay, time going past. I know she said she was coming, so I'm like,
girl,
I want to make sure she all right. And then look, God is so good, because God gonna make a way. When it's that message to get out there, God gonna make a way.
And you know what? That's what I just said when you sent that message back to me. I say, look at God. He gonna show up regardless, because it's meant to happen. This divine purpose, divine. You can't mess with divine.
You can't. You most definitely
cannot.
Look, you most definitely cannot. And congratulations on being crowned fabulous.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Look, so just hopping right on in. So Brandy Martin is CEO of Big Red Entertainment. She is a radio host, a promoter, a manager. Man, I met her when via Tia Songbird. She's managing Tia Songbird. I'm not we'll talk find out if you still managing Tia Songbird. However, like man, it's just like her spirit is so amazing. Like my daughter, we had an incident and shouts out to Fly Cool Club. He connected me with Brandy. And when I say like she was like Johnny on the spot, like helping me find my daughter. And like it was like, man, it was such a blessing. And going through her own situation at the time as well. Like, man, I just so appreciate this woman. Like, y'all just don't understand. Like, like my heart just like super duper opened up for her because it was like I already had like some interactions with her because we was up on 773. We was on a panel when they had came out and did the media day, Chicago Take Media Chicago. So that was when I first got the interaction with her, and I got to seeing her in motion, you know, as we was critiquing the artist and all that. So it was like I already knew like she was a great person, but it was like to actually like come in tune with her, then working on Live show and getting to meet her in person, feeling her dope energy and being in her presence. Like, man, this is an amazing woman. So it was like, and when the show came back on, like I have to get her on and hear her testimony and like all the great things that she do, like pushing through no matter what. So with that being said, welcome Brandy Martin, Big Red Entertainment.
Thank you.
Look, she will be in the studio. We're gonna reschedule that.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. The devil is not gonna stop this sit down. But thank you for that amazing introduction. Yes, I am Brandy Martin, but Big Red Entertainment is my business. I am Big Red though. I've been Big Red all my life, but Big Red Entertainment is a business. Yes, we have encountered each other on several different occasions, Danielle. But what you experienced with me when it came to your daughter was that was Brandy. That wasn't Big Red. You feel me? My goal, and it has always been in the plan to help our people because someone had to help me. You know, my testimony is so long, I'm gonna wait for the sit down, but you know, I'm a product of a lot of things, you know. So I've had 2 families, you know what I'm saying, extended families, you know, someone had to look for me at one point in time. So when I found that, I got that you seen how quick I responded. I was on it so much. So you had to tell me, hold on. I said I didn't send it to everybody. You want a press conference? What you want to do? How we gonna do this?
I told him next.
Yes, and that's the part that is really the most exciting for me, being able to be a person that someone says, oh, this is going on in your life. Let me hit up Big Red. Let me hit up Brandy Martin. You know what I'm saying? So that was like bigger than everything because that's personal. You know, it's very personal. And being a person that we don't have conversations on the phone or hang out or something like that. And for you to reach, that just showed me that the work that I have been displaying and the stuff that I have been doing is actually the right thing to do.
Yes. Like, yes, most definitely. Look, you also have a reality show called Red Spot.
Welcome to Red Spot Chicago. Yes, girl. Yes.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the Red.
Okay, so first off, Welcome to Red Spot Chicago was actually put together a couple of years ago. I am delayed with a lot of projects that were like my babies. Now, what I can tell you, and I'm glad you brought that up and you're talking about that, Danielle, because these are the things that I'm finishing in 2024. I'm not doing anything new. I'm completing things.
Yes.
You know, I'm completing things. I'm coming up on my 7-year goal plan here. So, you know, 7 is the number of completion. So this is the moment to complete, you know. So Welcome to Red Spot Chicago. Because of my testimonies with everything that the world scene happened with me. Everything that I was involved in was basically about what's the negative that was going on in the city and what we can do to change it. So what I wanted to do was to give them something different. I wanted to show them people and places and things in the city of Chicago that were actually great. People that were actually pouring into their communities. You know, people who are actually entrepreneur, Black entrepreneurship. You know, people can actually come together and actually do projects such as like a reality show. You know, and there's no violence. That was one thing that I stood on with that. This was not a controversy show. You will never see that. Even when it gets finished, you will never see that. Now, people have the right to voice their own opinion, and you're gonna see that, but never to the degree of what they would expect from us. So I was happy to get that started. Shout out to the whole Welcome to Red Spot Chicago cast, because there would be no show without them. We had a lot of different people from a lot of walks of life. I even had a therapist on the show, you know, and a lot of people was like, "Shot, she got a therapist." Yes, because at that time, you know, COVID was real big, and those people, our essential workers, was the ones that was really out here.
They were.
You know, so I wanted to highlight that part because their lives was also affected, taking care of others who were affected, or trying to keep them from being affected. So I just wanted to show the good side. So Welcome to Red Spot is definitely a reality show. Shout out to all the cameramen, Levi and the White Hollis, Black Tea, Black Tie, and a couple of more people that, you know, actually sponsor time to help make that a success. But it's definitely coming. I have so many other things that, yeah, Welcome to Red Spot is just like the
it's just a mustard seed.
It's just a mustard seed. You know, everything like a domino effect for me, right? The people have figured it out yet. There's so many different parts to me. And I don't say it on a boastful level. I just say it on a grateful level. I'm able to shift and move and swing in different areas. And if I get bored or if I don't want to do that anymore, I've been blessed with that, you know. And my greatest love is community work.
Yes. Like, oh, excuse me, y'all. Okay, so and that's like even amazing to me, like how pure your heart is, even though you going, you know what I'm saying, like you go through your own situations, like rest in peace to your sister and your nephew.
And my daughter.
Yes, no love on the streets. No love on the platform, no love on the streets. Like, can you
Yes.
talk a little bit more about that movement?
Well, actually, we don't have to go into the whole story because you just said it all to sum it up. But actually the dates are coming up, so you're gonna hear more about No Love on the Platform, No Love on the Streets, as I kind of go crazy from June to August. But No Love on the Platform, No Love on the Streets was created through the deaths, through the actual traumas. My sister died on the platform on 69th Street Red Line. My daughter died on the streets of Chicago on 42nd and Shields. So it was just no love. You see how things just trickled down and went. It gave me a nonprofit without me even knowing it. You know, No Love on the Platform was the first one, and that was for my sister. And then when my daughter died 7 days later, or was murdered 7 days later, No Love on the Streets got added to it. Then it was my nephew who was murdered on the streets on 67th and Western at the gas station, the 15-year-old that was shot 24 times. That added on the hashtag 24. So it is now No Love on the Platform, No Love on the Streets, hashtag 24.
Right.
So that foundation right there, well, I'm trying to get it up off the ground. I'm really looking for some people that want to, you know, can hear my vision out and believe in what I got going on and really want to take part to help me make it grow. But what I can tell you this is I've connected and made relationships with different organizations. I'm very happy to say I work with Area 1 Police Department. You know, shout out to the whole liaison team over there that works with families that's been affected by gun violence. Also, Roots to Wings is another organization that has been amazing. They not only help families who have went just hit the tragedy, but the aftermath, the after fact. They, you know, they actually still in the families' lives. They make sure that the families are, you know, celebrated and show love even after they lost their children. So That side got the vision for it. But what I do through that is I do rallies. There's so many people, Danielle, and I have to be honest, although it's Sunday, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. But there's so many people on this social media that we both are friends with that I've helped pay by the grace of God. God has used me as a vessel to help pay for funeral arrangements. I've been able to cut checks with 3 questions and no red tape.
Okay.
And cut you a check, at least up to $3,500 to help out. And I think that's good. I was able to bless like 25 families last year.
Yes.
And that's the side that people don't really get to see about me, because those are personal issues. Some of these cases are unsolved. A lot of these families, are not ready. They're not ready to actually talk or go that extra mile like that. So I created a way, like who actually gets help from any city, with 3 questions and you get a check, like no one does that. No one does that ever. But I also do rallies. I do community service. This past Christmas, I set up a Christmas tree because my children are grown. I set up a Christmas tree and I allowed the families to come in and pick things from up under the tree. I serviced 22 families. 22 families for Christmas, and all of this is up the sweat of my brow, so I'm grateful for No Love on the Platform, No Love on the Streets. It was created through trauma, but it's actually to show that there really is love, and it can be given by those who even have not really even experienced it themselves. Like I got a big testimony, you know what I'm saying? But it's a way to keep the names going for Lon Smith, Akila Addison, Sincere Cole, including Pastor Georgetta Martin, which is my mom, who I actually lost in the process of all of that, so it's just a way to give back, just a way to give back and reach families on a whole nother level. I don't want people ever to just look at me as Big Red, the manager. I want them to look at me as Big Red, Brandy Martin, the humanitarian. I like that better. I like that better.
Yes. Yeah. Look, humanitarian definitely was the word that came to me when he was like, not the manager, but it was like humanitarian. But I was
humanitarian, honey. Give me that. Give me that. Even if you don't want to give me that, give me I'm an advocate, because I don't like the activist thing, because a lot of people have really made that word kind of scary for families and situations, but I'm an advocate, and I'm not just an advocate for gun violence. I'm an advocate for sex trafficking. I'm an advocate for missing children. Now you see how I responded so fast to you. I'm an advocate for women who have experienced being raped, child molestation. I advocate for all the things that I have experienced myself. I hope you heard that. And people didn't miss that in the back.
Right.
I advocate for everything that I can honestly give you, or honestly kind of feel where you're coming from with it, that I have experienced myself.
Wow. So how do you keep going, even though, like,
God, buddy, God is so good, Danielle. I scream it from the top of my lungs. People think I done went crazy, but I mean it. You see the eyes teeing up. God, girl, number God.
Yes.
Nothing but them.
So how do people reach you and contact you to try and help you with your...
Girl, I'm Googleable. No, my number is it's public, 312-889-4137.
Okay. And that's for people that want to come and volunteer and help you out?
That's why people want to come and volunteer. They want to donate, because I do clothes drives. It's so much that I try to hit in this area. Being a person with one vehicle, being a person with only 2 people, I wouldn't lift a hand. But 312-889-4137 is my number. My email is martinbrandy68@yahoo.com. As well, like I said, I'm Googleable. DM me. I'm a personal person. Y'all know I bust through the inbox before I call. I'm a personal person, because people deal with so much. You don't never know. You be talking to people and they be holding a gun, so I'd rather talk and look you out of the eye and see what's going on. So hit me on the DM. Don't feel uncomfortable about hitting my DM.
Right. And fellas, don't be worried about it neither. Just FYI.
No, don't be. I don't worry about the predator thing, baby, because I'm very stern. People know I don't play those type of games. So you can definitely get in my IG or my DM, and I don't have a problem with it. And I never shut down. I'm open 24 hours. I never shut down. If there's a 911 situation, you can call me. If it's 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 12 a.m., however it is, I never shut down.
So as much stuff as you do around the land, I also went through your social media and I came across villains of the City of Blood. Like, well, what's
How
that
did you know about that?
I do my research. You're Googleable, right?
You know you are, because I didn't even know they didn't put my name down. I actually just got casted for that role. And shout out to the amazing director and writer on that project. But that's not even out yet. But I just got casted like 5 days ago to play a mom.
Okay.
No, you got connections over there. Y'all got some connections. There is no way that you could have known that. But yeah, I did just get casted for that. As well as Devour and Shantae Renee's new movie as well. I just recently got contacted back about a role with that. These are the two most current this week, and I'm grateful for them. But everybody knows right now I'm working on the Doc Maze is already premiered. I just did my photo shoot yesterday. This is the first cover in all the projects I've ever done that I actually made the cover.
Okay. Whoop, whoop.
So claps up for that, y'all. That was like, ooh, a woosah moment. You know, it's one thing to tell people go watch a movie. I'm in there, but you can actually go look it up and you're gonna see me. You know, and that's dope. So shout out to Billy Ray Valentine for that with Doc Maze. But I got a lot of projects going on. I'm working with Bo G and Will Gates right now. I'm working with a couple of peoples. Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. So is Strike a Pose? Let's talk about that for a second.
Strike a Pose. I sent you that because I'm definitely supporting that. That is one of my closest friends, that girl Olivia. That is her baby. You know, she's all about the glamour, the pink, the diamonds, and all that. So Strike a Pose is a fashion show. And my artist, Passion 515, is not only an artist, but she's a designer.
Okay.
And she's had a clothing line since she actually created it during COVID. So she will be displaying her fashion and her new addition to her clothing line, Black Sheep Apparel. You know, she will be displaying that. So shout out to Passion Dreaming 515. Look her up, y'all, and all custom products. She do everything custom. Everything custom. So that's what Strike a Pose is about. And also Liv has some amazing new pieces of her own that she will be putting out and displaying. I will be just the host. I'm sitting in the background for this one. But I'm in there.
Now with Strike a Pose, I'm not sure when the event is, but do y'all look for models too, or y'all need?
Yes, Liv is actually always looking for models because that is one of her pride and joys is to do fashion shows or either to have the models to use for our events. You know, she's big on that. So yes, we're always looking for models, always. And you don't have to have all this like type of background. You know, we always looking for new faces.
And
People who are trying to get in the game. Yeah, people who are trying to get in the game. Because I'm gonna tell you something. There's some people that are coming along with no experience and kill somebody with experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I personally, I don't look for that.
Yeah, because look, you do got the ones that got blackballed and all that other stuff. And
girl, let's talk about it. They tried it with me, baby. They tried it. They tried it, but you can't say nothing. God, you ain't give me, baby. You can't say nothing. And I'm red, so I got big red balls. I ain't worried about no black.
Boom. There it is. Are you looking for male models or female models?
We're looking for both. Or however you would like to us to look at you, you know, period. However you coming, baby. However you coming. We like people.
So how do you audition for the models?
You can contact that girl Olivia.
Okay.
You can contact that girl Olivia. Also, it's for you radio@gmail.com. You can actually email that. Shout out to that girl Olivia. It's a new radio station in town, and it's called It's For You Radio.
Yeah.
And yes, I have a segment on her show, on her radio station, called Red Spot, that will be coming really, really soon. And I will be tapping into everything that's got a red spot on it. But my main thing would be focusing on is the actors world. I'm gonna roll with the actors this year. I ain't messing with the artists too much. I'm on something new, girl. It's over. Look, it is so over. Like, there's so many. It's too much going on right now. You feel me? I feel really like a vet, and I ain't even a vet like that. But I'd rather do something right now that needs the attention. And I agree that Chicago movie industry needs some attention right now.
Yeah, and the name by itself, Red Spot, it get everybody attention. It got my attention. You like Red Spot? I'm like, Red Spot?
That's like Welcome to Red Spot. You know, it's just like everything is gonna always have my name in it. So a mug can't never jump out and be like, that's no, we know red stuff when you see it. No, when you hear it, no. But yeah, Red Spot. I like to shine light on people. You know, I got in this game really late, really unexperienced. And if it wasn't for people who believed in what I had going on, me being the loud, ghetto, gifted, God-fearing girl I am, you know, now woman I am, you know, if they didn't put the light on me, I wouldn't even be this far. So Red Spot means something. It's not just about my skin color, you know, or my actual company name. It actually means something. And I just like to shed the light on those who are not particularly getting the light. I'm an underdog. Proud of it.
Look, underdog most definitely on top.
Hey, however God got it planned, Danielle, I'm rolling with it. But I am definitely representing for the underdogs.
Look, amen to that. Look, God,
yes, proud, honey. You know, people be afraid to say that. You know, they be afraid to say I'm the little person. You know, I'm the little business. Though I'm proud to say that, because at least I had a plan. You know what I'm saying? I had a plan.
No little business. Look. As much as you doing and you opening up the pathways for my
girl, but I be struggling. Girl, I be right out here selling pass dinners, exchanging things, swapping things out. You know, calling in a favor. I be really. When God give me a vision, no matter if the bank account no mess it or not, I go for it. You know, and the A&A ball was one of my biggest pleasures for 2024. And he definitely gave me that vision, and I ran for it, girl, like I had the bank account. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And look, that just goes to show what we were just talking about earlier. That seed, that faith of a mustard seed. Like, see it, but it's like right there. And then, like how you just said, because we was talking about the dream world versus the real world, and like in my dream world was like how you just said, like, you know, you ran with it like as if you had the bank account to match. In that dream world, I would have been thinking that I did, but in that real world, God gonna come through.
He gonna come through, baby. He came through, honey. Black Oscars. I don't know what they talking about. Chicago film industry. Baby, we represented, and we did it in the hood, baby. I was on 47th and Ashland. I did an event, the first time ever for the film industry with no security. Now you tell me, God is good.
Amen.
On 47th and Ashland.
Yes.
And we partied till 1 a.m.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
With no security.
From 5 to 1 a.m.
Let's just be honest. She don't need security. That's Big Red. She is security.
Yeah, you know, I'm grateful for that. You know, I really am, because it felt good to have an event. You know, I love security. I love security because, you know, you got a lot of nutsos. I'm one of them, you know, but you got a lot of nutsos. But it felt good to actually do an elegant and classy event of that magnitude. And I didn't have to have security. I would like to have, but I didn't have. And it was still successful. No weapons, no fights, no arguments, no discretions, no nothing. Just pure love and a vibe. And we had paparazzi all the way to the streets. So I was grateful.
Yes. And look, Black people can come together and have a good time.
You know?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And we just showed that.
Yeah. Look, over and over and over again. Cause like, let me see what Born Rich book magazine / book release was a vibe as well.
Yeah, it was.
So
And that's amazing when you can have things like that. Yes, no spirit.
Yes. So okay, so I see we got the candy store coming up.
Candy store.
Tell us about the candy store.
Okay, so the candy store is written and directed by Boji Simmons, Will Gates, and Tony Santos. And shout out to T Smooth. Speaking of bodyguards and security guards, T Smooth did his thing. He is one of the stars, one of the biggest stars in the movie, along with the beautiful, amazing young men and young women who play major roles. This is a kids movie, but it's some adults we lingering in the background. But I'm also in that as well. I played the grandmother, you know, of Rachel. So definitely tap in. The movie premiere is I'm thinking it's supposed to be in May. But it's definitely, the trailer is out. Please go check on that page and support the trailer. But I was happy to do that. That was my first horror. Yes. Milestone, girl, we hitting milestones this year, baby. It's popping. I'm like, come on with it. It's a lot of new stuff going on here. But yes, my first horror movie. Yeah, salute to them. The candy store. And the whole entire cast.
Now, this being a horror movie, do you trip and fall like normal people do, or are you still on your feet?
No, I stay on my feet. You know, I got this nurturing spirit. Everybody want to give me grandma, auntie Rose. You know, up until this point, because I got some news for y'all. But everybody want to give me grandma, auntie, because I get grandma, auntie vibes. You know, I'm kind of reserved. I'm a little wild, but I'm kind of reserved. So I play the grandmother. You know, the young, fabulous grandmother that I am. But no, I don't trip and fall or none of that. I just tired of dealing with badass kids.
Hey, that fits you. That does fit you. I can see that. So now, as much stuff as you do, and the stuff that you do a whole lot of stuff around the land. How often do you talk to yourself and answer yourself?
Every single day.
Like within 24 hours, like all day, every day?
Baby, every single, right before I tapped in and joined y'all studio, I said, thank you, God, Danielle. You was right on time with this link, girl. Come on with it. Yes, they did do that. Yes, they did do that. Yes, you did do that, God. I did that right before I got on and just now in front of you. I do it all the time.
That's considered normal at this point, right?
Yes, you know, because there's a good talking to yourself, and then sometimes you have to talk to yourself to check yourself. You know, I'm one of those ones that don't have a problem with checking myself. So I do it often.
Yeah.
Well,
and who's better to check you than you?
You right.
I'm trying to tell you.
But you can't check yourself, then what? You like, no, girl, you ain't.
You know, a lot of people are afraid to check themselves. See, that comes with having taking accountability. You know, and a lot of times, you know, and I'm not only a client, I'm the president, you know. We'll run away from actually saying, you know, it's me, you know. And then when you elevate and you grow and you go through some things, you learn it is you. So, like Danielle said, who better to call you out than you?
Yeah.
And this way, I don't have to worry about no public outright disrespect in public or nothing. I'm checking myself. Yeah. You know, and sometimes we have to do that. And it's prioritizing and it's taking accountability. So, you know, I ain't got no problem saying, okay, Brandy, you cool, but Big Red, you showing out. I'm going to need you to catch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need to bring it on down. So I think it's okay.
I think it is too. And what is one of your pet peeves when you driving?
When I'm driving?
Yes, when you're driving, what is one of your pet peeves?
That the police don't mess with me while I'm smoking my blunt.
Yeah, it is. I knew it was coming. I'm like, come on, take it.
I ain't gonna get on here and perpetrate like I know this person. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I be like, Lord, please don't let them pull up on the side of me. So I'm forever watching the mirror, girl. Like, no, don't do it.
That's Big Red,
at least
y'all.
she being honest.
That's Big Red. They ain't Brandy. That's Big
Red.
Red.
I can't give it to you no other way. You hear me? I can't give it to you.
Look, as you should.
I don't care about who driving slow, who drive. Long as they ain't, you know, swerving through the thing. But I don't care about none of them traffic problems. Long as the lights work, I can smoke my blunt and I get to my destination, baby. I don't care about the drivers. What's going on?
Oh, So during your trial and error, when did you know that it was time for when Big Red was ready to elevate? At what time did you feel that it was time to elevate?
Oh, y'all done got choked up twice on here already. Now you done got me choked up again because that's a great question for those, because there's a lot of people that don't know. We all have lost people. I've been losing people all my life. You know what I'm saying? I've had family members that came and gone before I even was able to understand what a real funeral was. But when God decided to take my sister, when my sister went home to God, that was my best friend, my first responsibility, my first of lot of everything. And that was 37 years of that. You know, like I said, I have a testimony. I raised my sister. I have other siblings. You know, we were adopted. It was a lot of things. So when I lost her, that was like, go sit down in the corner. I'm about to show you what the love of God really looks like. You know what I'm saying? I kind of was bent out of shape a little bit, but a couple of days later, my daughter go home to be with the Lord, and it's through God by. And I was like, hold on, baby. Whatever message you giving me, I'm ready. I am so ready to change. I am, to have that many tragedies back to back like that for a person who don't know God. Now, I don't want y'all to miss me saying that. A person that don't know God, you would believe that you are cursed. You know, you believe that someone opened up something long before you probably even came along, and you're paying for that. But I know God, so I know it's different. And that was my breaking point right there. That was my breaking point to change me and everything around me. Everything around me. My mentality, like, I didn't understand what it felt like to say, my mama pick up a toilet paper, be like, thank you God for this toilet paper. And I'd be looking at her crazy, like, what do you mean, thank you God for the toilet paper? And she was like, thank you God for this toilet paper. But I'm that today. I'm just like, thank you God for waking me up, because I've been 3 suicide attempts in since 2019. And I'm still here and I'm still preaching, whether they listening or not. So that was the point. That was the breaking point right there. Then my nephew, like right when I'm in the midst of saying, okay, God, I found a balance. I got a balance here. I got to understand it. I know you real. Ain't no other, hey, you the real MVP. These people just moving. We are vessels. I just started figuring everything out. And my nephew was taken. And I was like, what that, God? I gave it all to, I changed it up. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm human. I was like, God, I completely changed my whole life. And here we go again, You done got 3 from me. Now here we go again. I got 4 bodies next to each other. The people at the cemetery know me. Like, what's going on? And I really came to a conclusion, we all got timing that's already been set up. And no matter how you leave here, those dates are already made. And one day I will have those same dates. But until I do, I'm going to make sure that I do my best to make sure other families and other people hear my stories to help them with theirs. Even the ones who ain't even got the story yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the biggest elevation came, King, is when I got hit like that. And I was like, whoa, you talking to me in a whole nother language now. This ain't no phone conversation. This ain't none of that. But he prepared me, because I'm a dreamer. For those that don't know what it is, y'all look it up and Google it. I'm sure, Danielle, because you're spiritually connected in the realm, a spiritual realm. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm a dreamer. And God gave me that dream the night before my sister died and told me I was going to walk on water, and I was smoking a blunt and laughing and talking to God in my dream. And I did not understand what he meant when he told me, prepare to walk on water until the next morning at 12 in the afternoon. And I have to say, glory to God, I've been walking on water. So I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question. That's where the elevation kicked in. I had to elevate me first, not the business, me.
Yeah.
You answered the question. Yeah.
Now you got me all choked up, snotty nose, and get the food, but it's ugly. But I do want people to know, even with all this, you still fabulous. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We human, we human. Despite of no matter what you do in this business or whatever business you in, be your authentic self. And if you hurt, show you hurt. If you need help, show you need help. If you strong, show your strongness. I just give y'all all of it. But the elevation, yes, it definitely came when the storms came, and that's how most people find their strength that they didn't even know they had.
Yeah. Yep. And some of them, they get confused too, where they go through their storm because it's that fine line that you do have to walk while you're going through your storm, because you hear all these different entities trying to distract you. Because remember, I started off with the show saying how powerful our soul is, and we don't even realize how powerful our souls are and how uniquely different and positive we are. Well, it's not even so much just being positive, but how uniquely different that we are. Because if you look at it, I was talking to April Weaver, Mother's on Normal Street, and the author for our English class. She came in and spoke with us, and even she was speaking up on when she was coming up and writing, and how her teacher told her, she gave her teacher her books of poems and told her that her poems was garbage.
Wow.
Teacher told her poems was garbage. So you got all these outside entities that's being used to come at you to knock you down. Well, it's that thin fine line that you hear this strong, small, still voice that's pushing you to go forward and elevate. Well, it's like, man, you have to take that time out for yourself. And
girl, you got one. I'm still taking it out, baby. I know how to take hiatus. I disappear for a minute to keep my mental right and a balance, baby, because I take meds. I don't have time, baby. I don't have time. I don't want to explode on nobody, take no issues. I don't know, because I'm not going to jail, baby. Like Medea said, they got to let me out. They got to let me out, baby. I'm documented. They got to let me out. So I take those moments. But to be truthful, gospel music is actually what kept me balanced. Aretha Franklin, Still Water, the song Pray, things like that. I sat on the porch for days and nights, honey, because the devil tried to creep in with alcohol on me real quick the first 3 days. And I caught a whiff of it. I was like, oh no, I won't become an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I got enough demons. You won't put this spirit on me. Yeah. So I was like, God, nah, you're gonna have to walk with me with that. So I had my team around me. They never left me. But I was in the world all by myself. And I didn't hear nobody but Aretha talking to me. You hear me? I didn't hear nobody but Aretha. And I found strength in that. So when I did decide to get out that chair off the balcony, I got up with strength, honey.
Yes.
And I got up with big faith.
Yes.
So I want people to know, y'all ask some really good. I'm in. This is why I want to sit down with y'all, because this is so far away from Big Red Entertainment, and that's just where I want to be right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to be about the real, authentic me, the real life stuff that really matters.
Yeah.
That I've really been affected by. But honey, I love me some God, honey. Because it ain't nothing but him. And like I told you, 3 suicide attempts, from pills to drowning to walking into traffic, honey. I'm an attempted all of that. And I still stand here on this Sunday morning. And with a smile on my face, still living and still pushing life in others. So I just encourage people not to look at the old, but to check out the new, because I'm actually a pretty dope person.
You are. That you are.
Thank you.
You are.
Oh no, I can't come.
Be like somebody right now sitting on their couch at home, be like, "No, she ain't. She isn't it." I like it that way. I like for some to be scared, though. Let me not play no games, because they need to be scared. He plays too many games in this business. But yeah, actually, I am very a dope person. I'm a loving person. I would give you the coat off my back, the shoes off my feet, baby. Like that's just where my heart has always been like that. Because, like I said, I have a testimony before those came about. You know, and it's thick. It's real thick. Molestation, rape. You know, drug addicted household. You know, I've experienced it. You know, there's so many different pieces to me. So many different pieces.
Look, we definitely gonna have to have you back in person.
I'm telling you, girl, please book me now. I know I can't skip over nobody, but I am publicly asking. Let's do this right away, okay?
Right, we're gonna do this again.
You know, you got the politicians watching you got the real people watching your stuff over here. You know what I'm saying? So I want the little the educated people to see me. You know, you know.
Actually,
Look,
I
you
do got
are
one
so
more question
amazing.
too. I'm sorry. I do got one more question. I promise it's not nothing very deep.
No, be free to ask whatever you like. I am a mostly crybaby anyway. I'm gonna cry if I'm happy. It's okay. It's okay.
My thing is, so what's your advice for someone or for some people out there right now who's going through that and who's trying to go over that hump and they're trying to push through, but they can't find the means to do so? What's your advice to them to push through?
You mean life in general or dealing with a loss of a loved one?
Both. Life in general, from dealing with a lost one to a messed up job, messed up situation, everything. Like you're trying to get over.
What I would tell them is don't listen to nothing that I say. Don't listen to nothing that I say. Take my story and hear me. Find you something to hold on to, preferably if it's Jehovah, if it's God, whatever it is. Find that. If it's a tomato, I don't care if it's a tomato. If you find you something that you can so hardly believe in and it gives you comfort, find that first. Because guess what? When a storm happens, there's no peace. You can't think when there's a lot going on up in here. You can't think. You know, you just can't. When you can find a sense of peace, you know, find a sense of peace. You know, I search for God. I searched for God because I already knew him, and I feel like, oh my God, he didn't caught up with me. You know what I'm saying? I can be honest and say that he didn't caught up with me. Lord have mercy. But I got to know him, and that's a difference. You feel me? That's a big difference when you know of him, and then when you get to know him. That's different.
Yeah.
So get to know him. Get to know him and get to a point where you trust, because we so beat down and tired of disappointment and heartache. So we don't want to trust nobody, including the Father. And I just want to encourage the people that we won't even be this far if we didn't have him. You know, so just trust. Let's trust in something. If you don't want to say, like I said, because you know, Facebook takes stuff, twist the words around and all that. They be like, she's trying to tell me what to be a Christian. No, I'm trying to tell you, whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, whatever you is. Find you some peace and something to hold on that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because people get caught up in self. I couldn't help me. There's no way in the world with all that I've been through up until this point that I could help me. I couldn't do that. What I can do is help God to help me. And I did that. And I'm taking baby steps. I'm still a work in progress. I can still be a little something to deal with, you know. That's just me. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm a work in progress. And I chose to make those steps. So as long as you take one step, God gonna help you take the other. So find you something that brings you peace that's bigger than yourself. And to stay encouraged, you know. We lose loved ones. People be like, I remember saying, oh my God, I remember saying, I have friends that lost loved ones and their children. And I can remember saying, oh, if something ever happened to my kid, I would kill myself. And don't get me wrong, I tried. But I didn't succeed. And I'm still here. And I still smile. I still celebrate. I still celebrate life. I still love people. You know, I'm not bitter. I don't have a bitter itch syndrome going on right now. You know, I'm not mad at the murderers. You know what I'm saying? I pray for the murderers. I pray. Because I know if I can't sleep at night, I know they can't sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that God heals their hearts. You know, because I have to be honest. And, you know, a lot of people get kind of shook when I say this. You know, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And I can't say that those deaths were mistakes because I wasn't there. but I don't know that person's role in life or that person's journey. And I just pray to God that the person that did commit those crimes, maybe it changed their life. Maybe they got a chance to see me on TV or something, and I'm praying the same thing for others. So just stay encouraged. Don't give up. Continue to fight because we still here. We still here. That's it. Trust God, baby. Trust God.
Now, Big Red, do this. Drop the mic. Yeah. Boom. Drop the mic.
Boom. Yes, indeed. Now, a lot of people don't be doing that. Big Red's a prayer, baby. I get on my knees, honey. I'm never too good. Everything I got came from prayer. Everything, including my children. Prayer and pray and planning. You hear me? Prayer and planning. So, like, baby, I'm so glad I got a better understanding. I don't go to church. You hear me? I have a church home, but I don't go. I've not been in a church. I've not been in a church. Church lives within you. And I say that not to encourage you not to go to the church, but to know that church lives within you. You can build a relationship with God on your own, and you don't have to be in a building to get what you need, to save your soul. You do not have to be in a church. It'll be nice, but you don't have to be. So, we got a lot. I have to make sure I'm talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every side of me, the ghetto, the gifted, and the God. I talk to all of y'all. Even if you don't desire to go into a church to find that peace that you're longing for, and you want to do it in private, it's possible. It's possible.
It most definitely is, because I don't go to, but I am highly spiritual.
Yes, and me too, girl. I am so, honey. Ooh, thank you. You see me over here, girl. And still can't wait to smoke my blunt when the show over. But baby, I love the Lord. I love the Lord.
So what's next for Brandy Martin, and how can we find you?
What's next for me? We're going to sum this up. Every director and writer that will give me an opportunity to display my talent, I am full throttle on making sure everybody understands and respects my name as a Chicago actress. I do have a big project coming up. I'm gonna give you a little bit of it. No one knows this, but I wrote a web series, and it will be coming into fruition. Shout out to Billy Ray Valentine. That's all I can give y'all.
Okay.
But the cast of call is coming. I'm gonna have my girl Olivia helping me work on that. But the cast call is coming for that. A listening party for my artists is coming. We are putting that together. Hopefully, I'm shooting for something like September. It's going to be a listening and a viewing party because, like I said, my artist is also a designer. Everything. And hopefully this daycare center with these little kids who are actually teenagers, hopefully that can come in fruition really, really before the year is out. I'm looking for people to donate canned goods, clothes, old music instruments, a lot of stuff that I need to, try to make this a success. I want to get a teenager something to do. And also turning your gun. I haven't came up on a date yet with that. I'm trying to get the city involved. I want to be able to give gift cards in return for your guns.
Is it registered to us? Or you talking about dirty guns?
I'm talking to girl. We trying to get rid of the guns.
Like all kinds of not.
I don't care if them guns is dirty. I'm trying to create a plan. Now you heard me say now. I'm trying to create a plan on my part. And this is my vision, is that we don't want no names. We don't want no names from you. We don't want no numbers. I don't need no ID. You can throw it in a plastic bag, a jewels bag, a Family Dollar bag. You could put it in a bonnet. I just want it off the streets.
And no questions will be asked neither, right?
No questions will be asked. And I want to be able to give you something in return. Go buy you a snack or something. Go buy you an outfit jacket or something. But I just want them off the streets. And if you can't get them off the streets, I suggest, I really pray that people work harder with locking it up. Make sure that you lock it up. We have so many cases that's right here in Inglewood where people are just not locking their weapons up, and we're losing a lot of children. So if you don't want to turn it in, I'm encouraging you to lock it up.
Just lock it up.
That's what's next. Yeah.
Now, for the record, I don't have no dirty guns, y'all. I'm just putting it out there in case somebody is watching. I don't have no dirty guns. Everything I have is in my neck.
Hey, King, you better tell them. Say it again so they can get you in the back. Because they'll be like, he said he got a dirty gun. And he's at My Radio Chicago right now. No, make sure you clear that up.
No, you never know who watching nowadays. But how come?
Yeah, exactly. You have to be, and it's funny, but you have to be thorough, baby. Because if the people, the watchers, don't twist their words around, the social media police will. Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. So how can I find you?
You can find me, Brandy Martin. That's Brandy with a Y on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Follow My Smile _RED. Please follow my smile all the way up until I get my teeth fixed real soon. But follow that smile. Or you can simply type in No Love on the Platform, No Love on the Streets. Or you can hit Danielle up. She know how to find me. Find me through her.
Yeah.
If you still can't find her, go to Google.
Yeah. Go to Google. Or you can find me in these streets because I'm not afraid to get out here, and I got a lot of stuff coming. I will be sending to you, Danielle, so you can share with your followers as well. Come out and support the healthy side of me and the music side of me. But I really want to see faces with the healthy side of me. Help me to make our blocks and neighborhoods better.
Yeah. That part right there. And it starts with us.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
it starts with
us. Yes, thank you. Shy, how can we find you?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, the infamous Shy Mac. Y'all can find me on all social media platforms. TikTok, SHYMAC_1. Instagram is just Shy Mac #1. And Facebook is Shy McClinton or Shy Mac. It's your choice. You can also find me today from 6 to 9 on Evenings with Shy Mac. It's my actual show it's my third show, I want to say. It's my third show. You can also catch me on Monday with Freaky Food for Thought with Mitra Renee, Kenna K, and your boy That Voice on Mondays from 9 to 11. Yeah. Thank you.
I didn't even know that was your McDurr head self on there. I knew the voice, but I didn't even know that was you. I'm so sorry.
Wait,
I know he had why I'm talking to him like a stranger. I am so sorry, King. I can't see. I cannot see.
It's all love.
Much definitely love.
And you can also find me at Sharon Hodge on Facebook. That's CHARONHODGE on Facebook. You can also find me at ISoSweet_LLC at yahoo.com. I'm on all social media platforms as well.
Hey.
Most definitely. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Brandy, I want to thank you for joining us.
Brandy.
Yes.
Thank you, girl, for giving me the opportunity to show my real authentic self. I have to put that mask on so much. And like I said, this was one of the interviews I was really looking forward to sitting down with you guys because I know it brings a different type of look and following. I'll ask everyone who's going to watch it from my side to support these ladies and their show and this gentleman. Their show Divine Purpose. Guess what? Anything divine got purpose, y'all. So make sure y'all like, follow it, and go watch, baby. And download the app, okay? Don't be scared. Don't just be zooming in on the lives. Go support these ladies.
Look, My Radio Chicago platform.
Exactly. They know what it is.
Look, and we definitely gotta reschedule. So check your schedule. Let me know.
Well, I done sent you a picture already. Don't worry about it.
Look, part 2. Well, she will be in person.
Yeah.
Look, we was gonna make
I would have loved to hug on and feel y'all energy. But y'all was amazing. And thank y'all once again. I apologize once again for not being
no apologies needed because look, the Lord still made a way that technology today. Because look, back in the day, it would have just been, no, you can't come.
Girl, I've been running around here mugging all day. All day.
Look at God, so you ain't got it. Look,
I ain't got it. See, I got a smile on my face. Y'all just saved somebody. Y'all know that, right? Just to let y'all know that.
Look, the beautiful dimples.
Look, I want y'all to know that, girl. Yeah, I'm fabulous at 47, honey. They can't tell me nothing. Cellulite, baby, nickel prints and all, baby. I am fabulous at 47.
Look, I didn't even know you was 47.
You know what I'm saying?
Girl, how old y'all thought I was?
At least 35.
Let me tell you something. My daughter would have been going on 28. I have a 23-year-old and my youngest is 20. Okay.
Oh wow.
I am a widow and all of that. Yes, I've been here, baby, for by the grace of God around the sun 47 times. 1977, baby.
Look, whoop whoop.
Yes. Oh, but he said 35. Yes, give me a date, baby. Tell him I'm 32. Tell him I'm 32.
Look, you doing good. Look, keep it up. Look, keep it up.
Girl, wig game.
Look, healthy regimen. Look, that prayer works. Prayer works. Look, God reserves. God reserves. Look, y'all better get in tune. But you
all of a lay, baby. All of a lay.
Look, you can find me on Instagram, DS_Talk Show, Facebook, Danielle DS Sanders Show, and Danielle Sanders. But don't really follow that page because that page you might not get in. But however, Danielle DS Sanders Show, Danielle DS Sanders, Divine Purpose.
Yeah.
Right, but no, we changing the name. We working on changing the name.
Okay.
We still
Why?
Because it's still the DS Talk Show on Facebook, so we got to change the name to Divine Purpose. It's some stuff I got to go through, tweaking on the computer. Yeah, but look, Divine Purpose is the new name.
I love the Divine Purpose. I love that.
Yes, look, that was only the Lord. That
make us feel special, girl. Like we are divine to be on that show. Like we have a purpose. That's why we're on your show. So yeah, keep that.
Look, and that was the mindset that came with it. Because I was like, the DS Talk Show, that feel too personable. I'm like, but Divine Purpose, that feel like that's a wholesome for everybody.
You're reaching the masses with that. I love it.
Thank you. Look, and I just want to say, if anybody else touch you want to say, I love you, give yourself a hug, give yourself a kiss. Let yourself know that you love you. And remember, look, man over matter. Look, release the mind. Look, we are in mental slavery. Do what you can do every day. Do diligently. Even if it takes just a millisecond of the day, spend time with yourself, love on yourself, and appreciate yourself. Because at the end of the day, all we have is self. So what you gonna take? The red pill, the truth, the pill of truth, or the blue pill, the pill of lies? And whatever you decide is your world. Dream it or live in reality. It's all up to you. With that being said, join us next week right here on my radio, Chicago Divine Purpose. Till next time, y'all, I love you. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you.
Please check your calendar. Let me know.
Nah, baby, just send me a flyer. We ain't gonna even do that. I'm working on y'all, Sam. Now, I done lost my rights, girl. I done lost my rights. No, send me a date. I gotta work on your calendar.
Look, you busy. Look, we need to know.
I will. Whatever date you send me, baby, I'm on it. No matter what I'm doing, and I promise you that.
All right, sound like a plan. With that being said, I love you, Brandy, and congratulations, and man, much success on your endeavors.
Thank you, and the same to every one of y'all. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. See you later. Love. And that is a wrap for today's show. I appreciate you all. Well, we appreciate you all for tuning in, whether our live online platform. Do it all. So next time, y'all. Peace out.
See ya.
See you at 6.